things that I decided I was going to do, we've got our covers on. I decided I wanted to do a waterfall on this front page. First page, I thought that that would give us a nice opening. And I'm going to go ahead and use this piece of paper, and I'm not going to double mat this. I'm just going to single mat and make use of my papers. I know there's cut-aparts on the back of there, but I didn't really use this one so much in my last one that I wanted to make sure I had, that I showed this cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this pattern paper, and our covers are 7.5 by 9. So if we go down an 1/8 of an inch, we are then going to be 7.5, so it'd be 7 3/8. So 7 3/8 by 8 7/8. You're going to cut one of those, and that will be for that front page. The next thing that I do cut for that page though too is I went ahead and I did this off screen. I cut out 4 by 6 pieces. So I cut them at 4.5 by 6, and we'll see how many we need. I think we'll need 6 to 8. So I cut several, and we're going to go ahead and score those in a minute for the hinges. But let's cut this first so we can get that down, and then I'll show you how I do my waterfalls. I left a little bit on there, but it's okay. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this 6 7/8. And the reason why I'm going 6 7/8 this way is because this is the long way of the pattern paper, or I feel that it looks most appropriate. The direction of the print. Right. And then I'm going to go 8 7/8 long way. And then I'm going to just check that with my cover real quick. Make sure that that looks, that fits okay. Ugh, you know what? And I just realized, did I? Okay, I think I know what I did. I think I cut that at, yep, I cut that at 6 7/8. Were you guys yelling at me? You know what I'm going to do with this? I'm actually going to cut this in half. And the reason why I'm going to cut it in half is because I really don't have to have a full page of this. So rather than use another whole piece of pattern paper, I can really get away with just doing half of this, and I'll show you why. So that was what, 6 7/8 I did that. So let's just say 3.5. 3.5. This is a good little thing to show, and then that way, really how I can fix this and make that work. Oh my goodness. Oh, by the way, I did that mistake on purpose so then I could show you how to do this. Not really. So you can see where I was a little bit off. But because we're doing a waterfall, and the way I do my waterfalls, it will actually cover this, this piece in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my archival ink or your distress ink, whichever you prefer to use. Oop, I don't need to do that. I'm just going to do the outside and the ends. Got that. All right, so then let's take this and we are going to put our glue on the back. And I'm going to fit that right up to our, not too close. Move it over just a tinge. There we go. And then we'll take this one and do the same thing. I just didn't want to use another page with for the cut aparts, so especially because this is not, it's not like it's a 6-inch cut, it's a bigger cut, so it really you use a lot more of the paper. It's not like you can use it for dual functions. So quite honestly, I was going to do it, and one of my waterfalls I've done where I've just cut like an inch and an inch on either side. But the reason why I did it this way this time was, or I was going to do the whole sheet, was because I didn't cover in here, and I didn't want things to get stuck in there. And when I say things get stuck in there, because what we're going to do is actually build our waterfall onto this this flap, and what we're going to do is line all of our mats up to this, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. And again, I'm going to score the top and the bottom. I guess I should give you, so our page of our cover is 9 inches, so this is 10 inches I cut by 6 inches. So it's 10 inches by 6 inches, and we're going to then we're going to score 1/2 inch on either end. And by scoring, then this will sit right towards the top of that page. And we're going to go ahead and take our waterfall flaps. These are cut at 6 by 4.5. So what we're going to do is, on this 4-inch side, we're going to score at 1/2 inch so that we can make our hinge for running our waterfall. Just gonna go through this. I'll speed this up if I can, see how it goes with filming. The other thing is that I want to tell you is that these were all pieces from my cutoffs from covering the covers, making the pages. These are not any new cardstock pieces. Even this was from another album, or I don't know, my cutoff pieces from today, but it was not a whole new piece that I cut. In fact, yeah. So what I'm going to do is check one thing before I get going on this, is I just want to make sure that in case I have to score a little bit more on this waterfall, this is actually going to be like a waterfall belly band. So that actually goes, see, that goes top to bottom. So it'll go all the way top to bottom, and we'll cover up any of that with the pattern paper. So we'll just center that when we put that down. And then underneath this, you'll be able to put tags if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to either. So what I do then is I take my waterfall pieces, and I use my scoreboard to butt this all up together. And usually it works out pretty well. I'm usually pretty even. Sometimes I can be off, and actually this looks, oh, there we go. I was off. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and match that up top and bottom, and then I will put this down. And hopefully what will happen by doing it this way is we will keep our waterfall being straight going down. Boy, I tell you, I've got these new reader glasses, and in my new craft room, I get such a glare from the windows on my readers that it's like almost uncomfortable to wear them. I don't know if you guys have any suggestions about that, or is there any way of stopping that? I find that it's been very irritating. So then I take this one and I measure it right to the edge of that other waterfall piece. Sorry, my head's in the way. Making sure that I'm matching that right up along that 1/2 inch piece, as well as along here and along here. Just doing the best that I can do. We'll take another one.